Today it will be sharing experience how me and my partner Yehor are using AI in helping us with OKR consultancy and trainings. And before we move on, just a few words about us. So my name is Dmytro or Dima. I am organizational coach and partner in company Execute On, and we are also the exclusive partners of company Oboard that provides awesome OKR software. Also, I'm a program director in Novo Nordisk, a big pharma company. I'm from Ukraine. The last 3 years, I'm living in Copenhagen and have a big experience with OKRs, but we will show it on the next slide. And I have my business partner and friend, Yehor.
Yeah, so my name is Yehor. I'm staff agile coach and delivery hero. Also, similar from Ukraine, live in Berlin, on the way to Berlin, now in Barcelona. Also experienced in OKR coaching, agile coaching, and also right now, as everybody, you have a fear of missing out with AI. So also we deep dive in AI, how it can help us.
Thank you, Yehor. So about us, what we have in our luggage about OKRs, we have implemented OKRs in several companies. You can see them here from different countries. So it's not just OKR trainings, it's actually the implementation of them from sometimes from the very beginning, sometimes is to help to fix what has been done before and make it better. Also, we are partnering with Oboard, awesome OKR software. We are doing OKR reviews for their clients. And as part of we have many of you joining this webinar as part of Meetup Group Strategy Execution OKR and Beyond, where we are trying to give free webinars every month. And we are currently, I think, the biggest meetup online group in Scandinavia. So stay tuned. We love to share with Yehor. A very fast advertisement. We are having a OKR certification course, a program for OKR champions starting next week. We still have 3 seats available. So we already increased the number of participants. So usually it's maximum 16, but it was quite popular this time. So we increased the number of participants to 18. If some of you would like to join, then I will ask Irina or Nikita send in the chat the link to the certification program. Look through it, and if you're interested, then contact us. So we can provide you more details. Good. So without further ado, let's do a small check-in, understand where we are in terms of AI, and then we jump into our webinar. So let me share the screen. Please go to the mirror. You don't need you just go in any browser. So where are you today in your use of AI? So if you are using AI mainly for prompting, ChatGPT, Cloud, Gemini, whatever, then use this. If you have some workflows with AI, then put in the middle. And if you use AI for automations, agents regularly, and maybe it's even not you, but your AI agent is on the webinar right now, then use the right one. So let's just see where we are. So we can also adjust our level of demo depending on the audience. Okay, good. Looks like mainly it's prompting. Yes, the first wave of using AI, some of you already started automating workflows, and we even have one very advanced user, which is super nice. Cool. And I think it actually represents also not only our demographics of our webinar, but probably broader. A lot of people, has just started with prompting and then getting more and more advanced. Cool. So what are we going to do today? Let's start to discuss the problem we would like to solve with AI. Yehor?
Yes. So usually the problem with we usually use AI, ChatGPT, other cloud Gemini, whatever, is that you need continuously repeat yourself, bring continuously do onboarding, and repeat context sharing. Yes, you can create some projects right now. They give some opportunities, but still, if you use, for example, Google Docs, Office 365, like Word documents, Notion, Jira, Slack, whatsoever, you always need to Control C, Control V to give the context, and it's usually like super dynamic. It's hard for you to keep it up, and yeah, they can suggest like ideas as well, but they actually can't do any multi-steps or work with your documents, change these documents, enhance it. So this is the current problem. That is you spend a lot of time to do this. And if we look what we can do differently and what today we have more advanced technology, go to the right is a solution. So what agentic, not only OKR Copilot, but just in general, agentic agents give us. So you can persist and start to build context across time, across weeks, across quarters. You can give access to your local files. You can give access to the files on the cloud. For example, if you use Google Drive, to the Google Drive, G Drive, your emails, systems you can connect via like MCP, via connections to other system, to the Slack, to the Jira, and just give all the context you need for your projects. And the next step, they also can execute work for you. So they can prepare care documents, some preparation for check-ins, summarize the progress, flag the risks, and they can do it, monitor and do it continuously. So that is what we wanted to show you today a bit. So you can start to think in this area. So it's not only chat. I see like you. Okay, so that is what we want to show you a bit today. What is possible with the current tools.
Yeah, cool. And let's jump into it because we have only 35 minutes left. So, and bear with us. Yes, we are also, as you, we are learning. Of course, we are using it, but every day we are learning and learning more. So what we would like to use today, so our demo will be based around Cloud Code and how we have leveraged the different capabilities it provides in our consulting work with OKRs. And we will showcase a demo around so-called Nexona company. So let's imagine that Nexona company reach out to me and Yehor and says, "Oh, we would like you to help us with crafting OKRs, and I also maybe defining why we need OKRs and what is the setup, the system around that." So previously we would have set of interviews and then all will be done manually, but now with Cloud Code we actually can do a bit smarter and faster, and this is what we will show you today. Cloud Code started every week. You have so Cloud Code is an engine, and then every week you now have more and more UI tools with a good graphic interface that you can use that is make it even easier, because at the beginning it was in terminal where you had to invoke the cloud and type some commands, etc. But now you can use Cloud Coworker. You can use Nimbalist, you can use some other tools that are providing UI. I will show you a native cloud UI, but also will show you Cursor, which is more for geek guys who would like to work in the terminal. So let's start. Let me stop share again, and this time I will try to share the entire screen because otherwise I will have to. Okay, one of the way you can work with Cloud Code is via Cursor, and this is more geeky part. We will share with you the link on how to get started and install Cloud Code on your PC. It's not difficult, and then Cursor is one of the ways you can then interact with it. So I already have installed it, and then I'm just in the folder OKR pilot. So and then in order to start with the cloud, I need to invoke it. Yes, and then so I have it. What is nice with the cursor and what is missing in some of the UIs is that I also see the structure of my files in the folder that I'm working. And you see, we already have a lot of files here, but we will go through them during the demo. So the first thing that Yehor mentioned, what gives us a possibility, what is the advantage, is that actually we can connect to different sources of information we have. And you can connect to multiple at a time. For the purpose of demo, we have connected to our Google Drive, where we have stored different documents from this Nexona company. And let me quickly share again. So as I said, sorry for this, we'll share.
Dmytro,
Yeah.
when you click share, you can
Yes.
also hold the shift button and select multiple windows.
Okay.
You can
Yeah, let me do this. Okay, but then it will share two at a time, or what? So what do you see now?
Now cursor.
Yes, and then how to switch between them, do you know?
But if you just switch the window.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you see now?
Yes.
Okay, now you also see. Cool, thank you. Good. So this is a Google Drive of our company with Yehor execute on, and we have different materials. So we put for this demo, we put Nexona company docs, and we have different type of docs, documents, structured and not structured, some hands-on meeting notes, some competitive landscape analysis, some Excel files with prices, hiring plan, sales pipeline, whatever, a lot of different stuff. So now I would like to ask Cursor if he sees, yeah. So let's say we are asked to work with this company. So I would like then to ask Claude, hi, we would like to start working on company OKRs for Nexona. Can you find related documents on Google Drive? And I already have a connection to the Google MCP, and it's actually very easy. So when you will install it, then you can say, okay, I would like to connect to my Google Drive, and it will provide you all the questions and ask you for all the information you need to provide. So right now, it will ask me, would you like me to process and read the files from Google Drive? And I can change it that it's yes, and then every time I will need to click yes, but I would like to say yes, don't ask me again, just read it from Google Drive.
Dima, quick question. Is it possible to make it a bit bigger if you command plus?
Yeah. Yes, let me try. Yes.
Yes, super.
Good. Makes sense. Yeah. So on my screen it looks okay, but maybe not when I share. Okay, cool. So yes, he says that, yeah, I found one document on Google Drive. Okay, but I think I have more. Search for more. There should be a folder. Yeah, and now he found he or she found much more. Cool. Then what I would like to do before we start with company OKRs, yes, we need to understand the context. So I would like, based on all of these files, I would like to synthesize them, summarize them into one context file. So you see, Cloud suggests me, okay, let's go and write. And I say, no, let's first understand where we are. So before writing OKRs, let's summarize the company strategic context that will be used to align to when we write company OKRs. Put them in one file. And if I press it, it will take press enter. It will take a while because it's need to be analyzed several documents and then so I think it will take like 2 minutes or something. So what you can do in Cloud Code, which is also nice, you can ask to spin several agents in parallel. So please spin 4 agents in parallel and then summarize into one doc. So now it should start 4 different agents. And most likely each of them will take 2 documents in parallel. They will make a summary of each document, like financials, market and sales context. And then based on this summary, they will create one summary. So you see, it's still working. So if I would not do it, it's already it takes some time, yes. But if I would do it one by one, it will be 4 times. So I even could spin 4 agents, 8 agents. It would be even faster. Okay. Because so he asked me to add it to the Google Drive. Yeah, so I can create a Google Drive new document. So let's say, okay, create it. But at the same time, I could also ask, no, don't do it in Google Drive, just put it in local folder. And this is what I will do afterwards. So you can, so right now in the demo, we have MCP. MCP is Model Context Protocol for Google Drive, but you can have also for Confluence, for Jira, and you can ask Cloud Code, oh, please find me anything which is related, I don't know, for Q2 of our company. Yes, what is the strategic context? And it will find for you. Yes, it takes a bit of time. So now now it's already synthesizing. So it has read and now it's synthesizing into one document. And while it's doing it, I can already give a next comment. When you created summary doc. Yes. Please save it locally. Was there any question or please save it locally? So it's created Google Doc. You can look at it. So yeah. And now saving it locally too. And it should appear here under the context folder.
Well, while we're waiting, there is a question, and they share the context together, so it's okay. They when you like this agent's working pro, I also had the same question, but then I checked, and they actually share the context. It's all right, and they write together in one document. I don't know how they did it, magic, but it works. Yeah. Okay, it has created the document. So now we can look at it. And this is what is I like in Cursor, because you see all your documents here related. So I can open the preview and then we can see what it has. So it has strategic context for 2026 OKR planning, synthesized from these files. Company snapshot, what is the vision? What is the main metrics? So it all took from different files. What are the SEO strategic bets? Probably from some town hall meeting. Yes, path to predictability, win the enterprise mid-market, dun dun dun. What is the competitive landscape, and so on and so on. Yes. Good. So this is the first thing you need to do before starting writing OKRs, yeah? And then it suggests me, let's start writing company OKRs. And maybe let me...
Dima,
yeah.
Is it okay if we ask questions now, or should we wait till the end?
Let me just show one more thing, and then I will, before I pass to Yehor, then we will take questions. Yes. Cool. And then
Yes, and then it asks, let's start writing company OKRs. But we with Yehor, before write any OKRs, we check whether we have some ground rules, whether we have agreements. What are the OKRs? Why? For what is the cycle? How many OKRs, etc. So I will say him Cloud Code. Let's first define the ground rules. And this is another great thing about Cloud Code. You can define skills. So you can put some of your skills into the instructions that will help you to work. So we have worked many times on defining ground rules with the companies. So we have a skill which says OKR ground rules, and it will give us, it will guide us as copilot to define these ground rules. So I will show you. Let's first define the ground rules. Use the skill, OKR ground rules. Okay, and then it starts to, so first in order to ask questions, it scans through the context, and then it's are these ground rules, and then it starts to ask questions which are these ground rules for one team, multiple teams, or company-wide, for company. Because depending on the level, you will have different ground rules. Okay, which OKR levels are allowed and which are mandatory, and it gives some options. Team mandatory, company team mandatory, company department team, company only for now. Let's stick with company. What is the OKR cycle length? Yes, and what is the check-in rhythm? Okay, for company, we know that it should be yearly, quite often not the silver bullet answer, and check-in rhythm and check-in is quarterly for company level. Yes, if you would be on team level, it would be much shorter. Okay, just for the sake of demo, I will ask, please proceed with providing answers on your own by matching the context. Okay, so we don't spend time. So in Cloud Code, you can put skills, and you can see we have different, Yehor also will show a few others, where you put your knowledge, what needs to be asked, what needs to be challenged. If someone will provide some abstract answer, then skill will challenge you and say, oh, or if you would put 1 week for the company, then it will challenge you that it's too short, etc. So right now it will create the ground truths. Yeah, it asks me, are they okay? Yeah, let's say, yep, okay. Good. So, and you see it has created this file, OKR ground rules. So, and this is the beauty of having it in context one, created it once. Yes, this is what you don't have in the ChatGPT or whatever. So you're creating the skill who helps you, but then you also create an artifact. Then when you define a company OKRs, it will use the OKR ground rules in order to do them in the right way. Good. And it says, let's write the OKRs. Yes, and here I will say, I'm done. Oh, sorry. I'm done with OKRs for now. Push the changes to GitHub. So my colleague Yehor can continue. So another thing, we have all of this in our GitHub, and this is what I will show you. And it means that it's so easy to collaborate. So I worked on it. Yes, I did changes. Now I have ground rules, but now I do not have time to work on it. And I would like Yehor to continue working with writing OKRs and helping a client or doing it with the client. But we need somehow to get the updated things, yes, the last changes. and I will show you. You see my Google
browser, Chrome browser.
yeah, cool. Thank you. So if I update it, then I should have now in the context. Yeah, you see, it has been just created by yeah, just now. So it's updated. So yeah, and this is another beauty. I just connected this folder, this cloud code to GitHub project where we collaborate together with Yehor. And again, how it's done, it's super easy. I said, Cloud, I would like to connect to GitHub so we can collaborate. And it will tell you how to do it and what information is needed. Before I pass to Yehor, let's take a few questions and then Yehor will continue the demo. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Here is Christo. I'm also in Copenhagen, unfortunately now on my phone, so I have a little bit difficulty seeing everything on the screen. But I have two questions. One is, what is your observation of how good is the quality of what you get through the experience with product? Is it something that you need to completely rework every time, or is it 80% there when the tool produces it? But much more, my second question is just to align on the demo. I mean, it's great to see how much easier this is, but in my experience, you would never let a tool or a single person produce all of the OKRs. And much more, you want the stakeholders that own them to define them and go this way. So just to understand how to position this demo.
Yeah, super cool questions. The first one about quality, it's what you put, what you get. So if you spend a lot of time in writing a good skill, because I was using the skill OKR ground rules, and this is the knowledge dump from your brain, the higher quality you will get. So it's for you to define the quality. And if you have a very good skill, then 80% of what you will get is great. And at the same time, you remember that this is a copilot. It asks you one question at a time. It's not generating a lot. It's asking one question at a time. So you are having conversation and you are populating one by one. And in terms of writing OKRs, again, you're right, it's a copilot, but it helps you. You can ask, please suggest, oh, what is our churn rate? Can you get it to us? And it will give it to you. You don't need to go and search for your churn rate or for your, I don't know, some other metrics. So of course, that is why we would like to say that this is like a copilot and not, blind giving all control to AI. But Yehor will show it during the OKR, right? So let's jump into Yehor. So I will give word to you. So now you can rebase from GitHub my latest changes. I'm done with OKRs for today. So now my colleague will work if he has a good connection.
Yes. So let me share the screen.
Yes.
Do you hear me?
Yes.
Maybe let me turn off my video if it makes things better. So let me do the same trick as you did to share correctly. Okay, codecs and send this one. Do you see my codecs now? Switching.
Yes, we see your codecs. Yes.
All right. So we don't have much time. So I already, while we was answering the questions, I already wrote. So first of all, it's codecs. It's from OpenAI. It's not ChatGPT. They have another product codecs. It's more agentic, where it also has access to your local files and projects. So for example, on the left, you can see I have this project OKR pilot, but also I have some of my personal things like finance, health, like Executon or personal operating system that I use, and it has separate folders and projects. But today with OKR pilot, so I already asked and said that Dmytro push strategic context and ground rules for OKRs to our GitHub. So can you pull them to my local folder? And we can see, new files updated. Has added context to ground rules. So let me check. I guess I hope you see my right now CDN. Can you confirm that you see them?
Yes, we can see, yes, the files.
Yeah, so I use Obsidian in this case. we just also wanted to show we have different tools. You can use different tools, whatever you like, but like more or less the same meaning and same purpose. So I have now strategic context and OKR ground rules, and I prepared 3 demos. Let's see how much I can do. But the first one, write OKRs. So I have a skill, OKR write. So let's write our first OKR. So it also skill. So what is the skill? So in the skill I put, let me show you what inside the skill so you get a feeling. So I put some operating rules, how skill should work. For example, ask one question at a time. By the way, it's super cool trick. So we have consequence of answers and builds on top. It's easier for you. And then I have different like phases. It's like workflow, what should be done. So for example, scan the context folder. It needs to have a context. Validate the ground rules. Configure the draft parameters. And then it goes to drive objective one by one. So let's see what it does. So it's reading the context, finished reading the workflow, how it should do. Then now it sees the context and checking the strategic context. Okay. Then it confirms that context kind of complete. It found the files needed. We validated this ground rules exist, configured and complete. Everything is clear. There are some strategic signals for this draft, what are like bets, etc. And then propose flow before the drafting, confirm parameters one by one, etc., etc. So does your process flow? Yes, sounds good. Then checks what kind of OKR I want to do, like aspirational, committed learning. Let's do committed. No time for learning. I need to build stuff. Profitability. Let's go on the company level. Let's do April. Let's do, yes, ground rules. So you see, it already read the ground rules and it's default that it's for the whole year. Then it gives me to decide, okay, what is the top priority? So where we should focus, like past profitability, or like we should focus on enterprise, reduce gross segment churn, protect time with throwable delivery, or some custom priority if we want. So let's go with this one. So it gives you some options, but at the same time, you decide what to select and what to focus. So you don't blindly just ask, create OKRs based on some strategy docs, so you're in control. It provides me some template for a committed company objective. It also gives me some examples, good examples could be, and also gives some anti-example, what I shouldn't put, like build more AI features quickly. So let's, for the sake of the time, I will just use example 1. You can also modify and change it, but we just have 5 minutes left, so we'll go forward. Same, it goes to the key results candidate. And also it gives you different directions and different metrics, and also examples and anti-examples from which you can select, modify, and adapt. So I will just to give you, I will not go further because there are multiple steps, a few steps, and it also will repeat for each key result or how many you need. Let me say, can you, like for demo purpose, can you finish with creating PRs based on your context knowledge? All right, so it generated an objective and also created key results. And also you see it marks like outcome, indicator like leading or lagging, who is the owner, as an example. Yeah, so can you see it's quite measurable. It's highlighted some dependencies, some risks. Yeah, I don't think, Dima, what should we do next? Should we maybe show personas.
Yeah, maybe we can just briefly show personas.
So we also created different kind of persona. It's just an example, like CEO, Christian Vodka, gender, career champion, team member. It's like from different perspective. So we can also ask, when I finish, can you invoke personas to challenge our OKR from different perspectives? Can you spin up an agent for each person? Sometimes in Codex it doesn't spin up agents. Let's see from this interface. Yeah, so it found personas. It's reading their details about their styles, how they look and think about OKRs and challenges. Yeah, it's not fast because I actually use high reasoning. If I like put slow, then I will compromise the speed with fast responses, but with lighter reasoning. Okay, so you can see Christine Vodka. So it was 5 agents in parallel. You can also ask it to expand. So like short bullet points. What is good? Bring key 3, key 4 a bit overloaded. 2 outcomes. Each accountability gets blurry. What there says strong alignment substitute bet. Index is good, but targets may be too conservative given competitive pressure. Yeah. And also you can like from team member. Like from team member perspective, execution burden can be high. Less non-critical work is removed. And also need for them, it's interesting, like needs cyclic block escalation paths between product engineer sales and customer success. And also like owners are named, but day-to-day DRS, whatever it means, PKRs are not. So you also it summarize consensus, and also it can revise your OKR, and also you can continue to build this conversation.
Yeah, I think it's time is up, Yehor. I think we tried to share like the main capabilities, and as we said, we are also learning with Yehor every day. Yeah, so skills is very powerful. Several agents is very powerful. Collaboration. I worked in Cloud Code. Yehor worked in Codex. Yes, completely 2 different models. And we could work through the GitHub. Yes, easy to push the changes, etc. We will share the GitHub on this Miro board that I shared. Later, we need to make it public, so now it's private. So you can play yourself if you would like. Anything else, Yehor, we want to share?
I think maybe if anybody would like to stay, maybe Nikita, you can show you wanted to show as well. And we can say, I think, at least I and Dima a bit to answer maybe your questions.
Yeah.
If you have any question, but maybe Nikita, you can have time, you can share.
Yeah. Thank you a lot, Dmytro and Yehor. So what I wanted to announce today, first of all, hi everyone, nice to meet you. My name is Nikita, I'm with Oboard. Today I wanted to tell you that actually our app, OKR Board, the web, OKR Board for Jira, that for the web version of our app, today we are releasing the MCP connector. Basically, it will allow you to finally directly extract your OKRs using your AI agent. You don't need a CSV, you don't need API, you don't need to make screenshots, just ask your AI agent and he will be able to do it. Whatever tool you used, I previously used just the Cloud client. Today I learned that it's much easier to use a Cursor or Codex. We'll install it myself. Basically, yeah, the setup straightforward as for any other MCP connectors. You go to your settings of your AI agent, you find connectors, custom connector, give you the name of your future connector and paste the URL that will be provided in the documentation for the tool. You paste this URL, click add, wait a few seconds, then the button connect. What it means is that we will authorize you with, let me switch account. what we will do is we will authorize you depending on your role in Oboard. So you will not pull all the OKRs that are available, you pull only the OKRs that you have access to. Yep, all is ready. And I already pre-created a chat so that we can look through an example of how it can work. Yeah. So everything that I need to do is to clearly ask the AI what kind of data I need to pull from the app. So you need to be specific about lower and uppercasing, what's the name. So here is an example how it can look like. I have one workspace that I created for the demo called demo with a big letter D, then specific interval, Q4 2025. So pull me only those OKRs in this workspace in this interval. Then I can do whatever I want with it. Yeah. In this case, I asked it to create a executive one-pager dashboard, which it did in the docs format. However, as we already learned, we can do it in Google Drive, we can do it locally in Markdown file, so depending on your needs. So basically, I took the data that already exists in the app and using it. I now have the summary of all the check-ins that I made for my key results. I have the summary of overall progress throughout the quarter. Here I also listed all the blockers. Last section I asked him to do is give me projections, but not sure for now how good those projections by AI agent are, but we'll see. They will improve with your prompt. Yeah, as already Dmytro and Yehor mentioned, so all the output that you receive from the AI will always depend on the prompt that you use. How good is it? How structured is it? How detailed is it? Yeah, so this was the example of the executive dashboard. Another one we have here is, for example, pull me check-ins, but not based on the individual OKRs, but more like on the teams. So it will take all the teams that we have in the workspace, all OKRs that are assigned to these teams, and then summarize it based on the contents of those check-ins. So my check-ins always consisted of progress made, blockers, if there were any, and plans for the future. So the same sections will appear for each team. At the end, I asked it to summarize the top blockers and top shared priorities between the teams. What else is important is that MCP was used here only once. So in this chat, on the initial pool, it extracted all the OKRs on the check-ins, all the attributes of each OKR, and then it worked with the data that already exists in its memory. For now, what you can extract all the OKRs, their structure, parent-child relations, and you can extract all the check-ins. The permissions are, for now, at least read-only. So you cannot update OKRs using MCP. You can just pull the data and build dashboards and summaries around it. The only limitation is how many tokens you have left for today. One more thing is that the feature will be available this evening for all the users that have web app licenses.
Cool.
So that's it from my side. Thank you a lot.
Thank you, Nikita. Cool, Yehor. I know what another MCP we will connect.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
For
That's
others.
good news.
Cool. So now if you're a Oboard user, so what we have showed to you, now you can just connect to Oboard, get the data and interact. So you see how it's easier becoming to work. Thank you. Have a great evening. Stay tuned. We will have some workshop webinar in March or April. And if some of you would like to jump for the OKR certification, please do so. The link is in the chat. Good. See you.
Thank you a
Thank
lot.
you.
Bye.